look, it's My Post Life, the best book in the world. Everybody should buy it. Now, here is another illustration by my wonderful illustrator, Liz. She's amazing. Because, you know, she actually draws the illustrations a lot better than how I draw them, but how I want them to be. No sad emo bears. Who knew? So, July 2nd at 8:04 p.m. Allison. He's fueled by vengeance and reinforced with space-age technology. That's my dream. To be that guy. And for those of you who don't know, that's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Get with the times and fucking watch that show. It's awesome. Side note, am I the only one with friends who fight about how much time their other friends spend not with them and with other people? I mean, are we that bored that we're really fighting about this kind of stuff? Cubs tomorrow. First real sports game we've ever been to. Exciting. But not for getting up at 5:30 a.m. for it. Crying face. Granted, it was a quote from the Gang Dances Their Asses Off episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Doesn't mean that it doesn't completely represent my future aspirations in life. You know, I'm full of vengeance on so many levels, and now all I need is space-age technology to reinforce my body, and I can take over the world. Hopefully I'll have better go at it than Rickety Cricket, though. Bionic legs, here I come! Now, this all began a few years ago when I became good friends with, say, Fred. And Fred and I spent the bulk of our time together, and then I finally ended up meeting his friends. Okay, we'll call his friends Logan, Jimmy, Leah, and Mary. Well, after I met his friends, I realized that I really liked hanging out with them. So once we all became real friends, you know, we, of course, became web buddies and then exchanged information with, you know, each other's people. So we steadily began hanging out more and more, but without Fred. Now, Fred started getting a bit angry because he did not let me know about the friend time card clause. You know, what's the friend time card clause, you ask? Well, it's this. The friend time card clause is, you know, say you meet a friend, such as Fred. Then Fred introduces you to the others, Logan, Jimmy, Leah, and Mary. Now, to be able to spend time with Logan, Jimmy, Leah, and Mary, you must spend so much time with Fred to be allotted any amount of time with Fred's friends. Now, so, Fred, you spend Sunday 4 hours with. Monday, 0 hours. Tuesday, 5 hours, which almost allows you 2 hours to dole out to one of his friends. Then Wednesday you spend 2 hours, Thursday 5 hours, Friday 3 hours, and Saturday 0 hours in person, but 1 hour on the phone. Now, that gives you a grand total of 19 hours that you've now logged with Fred. Almost enough for 4 solid hours to hang out with his friends. Now, you see, for every 5 hours that I spend with Fred, or for every day that I spend with Fred, I'm allowed a phone conversation, a lunch, or a 2-hour movie with one of his friends. Even with that, I'm sure that he would prefer any time that I spent with his friend should be spent in his company also, not ever alone. Now, the problem began when not only did I start hanging out with Logan and Leah a lot, but I started hanging out with them more than Fred. So, Fred, you know, would try to tell me a story about one of them, but I already knew what he had just learned because, you know, we'd become friends without the need for Fred there. You know, on top of it, his friends and I were creating fun stories that he was left out of, and his friends slowly began to like me more than him and, you know, began to fall in love with my personality. Apparently there was a habit of this. A person he brought into the group wanting to hang out with his friends more than him. Boo frickety hoo. You know, well, I thought that there was only one person in the world like this until recently. Another person was bitching about one of my friends for hanging out with him more than the other. People and priorities change, and sometimes one just needs a change of scenery now and then. Plus, come on, can't help that I'm freaking awesome. Hell, I don't require a time clock, but, you know, more of a schedule. I mean, Alice, can you see me at 3:30 for lunch next week. But, got another engagement at 5, so that might work. This is not a joke. This is what my life looks like on a literal daily basis. So Sunday, I sleep till 9:30, work at 11 to 7:30, 8 o'clock I pick up my daughter, 8:15 I get a snack and PC or TV it up before bed, 9 p.m. daughter in bed, 9:10 hang out with a friend till midnight, 12 a.m. try to get up in bed and fall asleep before 1 a.m. And that goes for the whole week. See that? That's a schedule of the whole week. That is what Alice's life was like. So, as you can plainly see, I don't have a whole heck of a lot of time to do anything, let alone log more hours with Fred before I'm allowed to hang out with his friends. And you know what? The bigger groups of selective friends, the better. I cannot spend night after night with the same person unless I can blatantly ignore them for homework. If they're going to have dinner or play with my daughter and me, that might work. But, and on that note, I don't have enough regular time, let alone precious time, to throw out to people I'd rather be torturing recklessly in my basement. Side note, how do you responsibly torture someone in your basement? Oh, watch the show 24. We'll find out how. Not past the 5th season, though, because it gets really bad and they kill everybody. Everybody. Seriously, even Jack died twice by that time. It's ridiculous.